the Chase Thomas Podcast. For people who have nothing but time to kill.
Games, I don't do any of this. This is not my wheelhouse. Have you seen Ethan Stone in a game? When Sterling the Pearl gets going, Ethan is electric.
He's feeding the floor. You don't feed the floor. You don't feed the floor, and then you complain about the fans not being loud enough. It's the Chase Thomas special.
Hey, look, it's not my job. It's not my job.
Something stone, something glass houses, Chase.
It's not my job.
That was great, Ethan.
All that being said, Ethan, your most underrated Rick Barnes era big man is who?
Yeah, I thought about this for a while, and I'm not sure if you guys are going to agree with my pick, but because I'm not sure he fit on the team, so I'm not sure you can really call him underrated. And he also really only played one good year. But I'm going to say Tobe Awaka until the end of time. I loved Tobe at Tennessee. I understand why he transferred to Arizona and Tennessee brought in Igor Milicic. They need more shooting outside. Tobe wasn't that. But, I mean, he was just a dog, man. Every time he's on the court, he did something good. He was like the forward version of Jahmai or Zakai. He brought that energy. He's one of the most elite rebounders in college basketball. It was nice to have the dependence on that when obviously Tennessee needed one. He was a good defender, and I think he matched up well beside Adu in Tennessee's front court. But yeah, that's my answer. I thought about saying Kyle Alexander, but I think he's honestly pretty well rated. I don't think he's necessarily an underrated player.
I think he might be a little overrated, honestly.
Yeah. I went back and forth, but I feel like the safest answer for me for just loving ball, loving guys play basketball, like watching, enjoying players play basketball. It was Toby. Like it's just Toby. He's fun to watch. It's that simple. So I'll go with him.
He has a universal positive approval rating, I think, from Vol fans, though. Like, I think every Vol fan was upset that Tobe left. Like, that one hurt. Like, complete opposite feeling for Jonas Adu. Like, Tennessee fans could not have been more over Jonas Adu, and they could not have been more distraught that Tobe left. It was a complete difference in the public opinion between those two guys.
1,000%. Which is, I mean, it's kind of crazy. Yeah. Tobe's literally, I think, like, I don't know, maybe there's another example I'm just not thinking of. Like the true guy that like he left and it was like nobody was upset about it. Nobody was upset at him. Everybody was upset that he left and nobody was upset at him. Like there's really never a crossover there. And that was, I feel like, the case with Tobe.
Who's your pick here, Ryan?
Do you have a pick? Because I'm really on the fence between two guys. I want to see who you go with.
Well, you've been trying to mute me for the last minute and a half as I try to say Uros Plavsic, but
that was not going to be one of my picks.
I love Uros Plavsic. And I would love to say Drew Pember, but he was the...
I would mute you if you said
yes.
I thought you were going to say Pember, to be honest.
I can't say Pember because it's not real. He wasn't underrated here. Like, we never saw it. He did it backwards. Like I said, Drew Pember, if he does 2 years at Asheville and then comes in, completely different situation. But I think for me, can I say Fulke?
You can say it. It would be
country,
a terrible
Fulke was really, really good. And you look at his numbers, it's kind of jarring, like what Fulke was doing. And Fulke had a bag. Like, Fulke is one of those guys where you don't see a Tennessee player with a bag after a while. Inside, I think Dwayne Brown might have it. And we'll see what he looks like. I mean, JP Estrella definitely has it. And we'll see if he gets to unlock that. If Rick Barnes has the courage to unleash Masamba and JP Estrella picking roles from the get-go. But we shall see. I think it might be Fulke, because I think Fulkerson is looked at in a way by Vol fans like good role player, whatever. I think like a fun fan favorite. But I think he's a little bit better than that. I think Fulke was a little bit better than he's given credit for.
I would give you that. I think his last season kind of tainted his
last 2 seasons.
Yeah,
he had a special 10-game stretch, and the
exactly. Yeah, he
was genuinely special.
Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying. Like 19 to 20. I think he was. I mean, he was a really good player. 14 and 6.
A dude played 6 years, and you can't say a 15-game stretch is who he was. That's ridiculous.
I don't know. I think he's a really good player. I think he's just kind of underrated. I think he's just kind of underrated by Vol fans. It's been a while now. I think he's a little underrated.
I was gonna say that I think you're wrong and that he's overrated. Honestly, I think he's perfectly rated. I think Fulke is Fulke. I think he is very well rated. Like Alexander, like I said earlier.
Yeah. Who are you gonna say,
didn't
Ryan?
hit either of the two. I went with. So I think these two guys are literally the opposites. I think it is in some ways it's Olivier Nkamhoua because basically 95% of what he did in the Duke game, he got Tennessee to the Sweet 16 and basically almost single-handedly offensively gave Tennessee one of their 5 best wins in NCAA tournament history. He was unbelievable. He carried them. He was not an overly consistent offensive player, which was, I think, maddening about him and specifically that team that was very up and down that season. And then the exact opposite of Jonas Aidoo, because he's very hated by the Tennessee fan base, and he was horrible in he was bad in the NCAA tournament. He was horrible in the Purdue game. But I mean, he was an all-SEC guy in his junior year and a solid piece to that team the year before. And people will forget about it. But I'm not going to let them forget about it, at least right now. Tennessee, Texas, round of 32, 2 games before Purdue. Tennessee is up by 2 late in the game. They are like 3 or 4 fouls from the bonus. Texas has to foul. They keep on getting it into Zakai. Foul. Got to get it in again. Somehow, the free throws when Tennessee was in the bonus. Somehow, they had to inbounded the ball to Jonas, the last person you wanted on the court to shoot free throws. And Jonas, for not being a very clutch player, had not played very well in that game. I mean, I don't know if people remember this either. He missed a wide open layup the first possession of the game. Bonus, up by 2, biggest free throws of the year, drilled both of them. So he was a good player on that team. I get why people don't like him. He was, again, terrible the next weekend in Detroit, but he was very clutch in that moment for Tennessee, and he was one of the 3 best players on a team that won the SEC regular season championship outright.
I think that's fair. That's fair. I think Jonas is just the threes. I think he can shoot threes, and he just.
This is just bad take city by Chase.
Have you watched Jonas warm up? Jonas is a 3-point guy.
I will say.
How many did he hit last year at Arkansas?
No. What I'm saying is, I wish he would have done it. Like him being Brook Lopez. I wanted him to be the aggressive 3-point shooter. I wanted 4 threes up every game from Jonas Aidoo.
That's crazy. You're on crack.
No.
You are on crack cocaine, Chase. Arkansas had a center who was a good 3-point shooter, and they let him shoot it. And they kind of let Jonas shoot it, and he couldn't hit him.
How many
different player when he left Tennessee, and you know that. Yes,
I'm going to piggyback off of Ryan's question. How many threes do you think he made this year at Arkansas?
Oh, like 2?
I'll say.
Oh no, is it 0?
7 attempts, 0, not a single one.
7 attempts.
7 attempts.
My favorite Jonas.
He didn't shoot, obviously, but
my favorite Jonas thing. Do you have his full career stats pulled up, Ethan? Did he hit 1 at Tennessee in his junior year?
Junior year, he took.
Was that off the glass? I feel like he had it off the glass. Or bank 3. Did he bank a 3 at Tennessee?
He took 15 and made 3 in 2024.
I know he also in 2024 made a 3 in the Michigan State exhibition game and in the Lenoir Ryan exhibition game. So he hit 5 threes in a game in games that season, and 2 of them were in games that did not count. And I remember at the time it happening, and I think I maybe was sitting beside Ben McKee or at one of those games. I'm like, Jonas is not going to hit threes with the game. He's getting all his made 3s out of the way in the games that don't count.
Something else as well. I just figured out he was 3 of 15 his junior year. 2 of those 3 came against George Mason on December 5th. He was 2 for 2 against George Mason.
I'm just glad Kim English was gone he wasn't the coach there that had to see Jonas knocking down 3s against him.
Nicely done, nephew. The Chase Thomas Podcast. Hell yeah.